I want to say the warmest felicitations to members of the Great Elephant Party, the New Patriotic Party, here in Hamburg and then back home in Ghana. And then I want to give the warmest felicitations to the National TESCOM Coordinator. He's doing a very wonderful job, Mr. Eriko Sanade, the General Secretary of the party, Lawyer Justin Frimpong Kudia, and one fine young man, Clement Poku Jemfi, Kwampoku CID, as people affectionately call him. They're all doing a very wonderful job for the New Patriotic Party. Now, you made a statement that Charles made the submission that, or he made the assertion that it is only those who have the authority that can actually make certain submissions. Mm-hmm. That by that very definition, that is not democracy.
Okay.
By that very definition, that's not democracy. Mm-hmm. Democracy is a system of governance where people are entitled to do opinions. So that is why we say opinions are like noses. Everybody has one.
So he believes that any opinion,
of course.
But the NDC also believes that men can't asema the fear and panic.
No.
System.
So what is fear and panic? Say make us a doom so is back now.
Said you or no can mammy tears and say all can't chairman and say or cancer obi akoji loan or the year bujua or the year ice kinky or the year or cancer and your machine.
Okay, into OT.
Ni or pressure between me akoso or the fear and panic.
I can force it in so to any year to asoma.
And the idea to us.
Maybe pass to asoma.
Say me only say me
maybe oh the so when so I can to asoma saying so to any year
idea change so from 4 year
so it starts telling us that the people are not in Ghana. Don't they see for themselves that the fact that the erratic power outages is causing so much harm to economic work? And also you hear public experts and I'm say indeed there is so in Ghana. When the outages started coming up, the minister himself came out and said, okay, fine, the power supply is erratic, but we are working towards that. So if somebody makes the assertion that Doomsday is back, how does that warrant the arrest of the person?
Or say fear and panic.
And see, minister never can say power not erratic na almost easy. I know they mean fear and panic. So what is he saying? What are they even saying that we are causing fear and panic? Somebody's statement of the obvious is not causing fear and panic. If I state that okay, fine, it is cloudy, and you are telling me that I should do so, can't you see that it is cloudy? Mm-hmm. We all can see that it is cloudy. So should we wait for the German Meteorological Agency to come and tell us that it is cloudy once we have ice?
Okay.
So they should spare us. They should spare us this bluff. You don't need to be an expert on a particular subject to actually express your opinion. That is the very beauty of democracy. People have the right to express their opinions, whether you agree with it or not. If you are the expert, keep the expert opinion to yourself. But this, in a democratic setting, people have the right to express their opinions. And Otabil, please, worse things have been said by these people when they were in opposition. Worse things have been said by these people in opposition. Nobody arrested them. Nobody wants to chase them with national security guys. Nobody arrested them in this commando or Hollywood style. Nobody arrested them.
He was arrested.
Of
he
course.
Wasn't invited. The other guy was arrested.
And do you know the funny thing about the Sandro story? He actually didn't do anything. He shared a post, a signboard that says that Doomsday is back. He wasn't the one who made the post though. Okay. David just shared the signboard. He didn't make the post though.
But I said the facts on the page in the not say. No. He meant what he said.
So look, I see a post of Otabil. I posted it on my platform. By virtue of that fact, I have committed a crime.
Oh, said one of the guys or share post of the president wearing
Baba Amandu.
Yes. And he was also arrested.
He was arrested. But you see, when Malik Basentali shared the picture of a caricature of Muhammadu Bawumia being a pig, was he arrested?
Okay.
Was he arrested?
I don't think he was. So
if Charles comes here and tell me that free speech is not under threat, what is he saying? Have they not done worse? Have they not done worse? Was it not Samjata George who called Dr. Muhammadu Dr. Matthew Puku Pempen Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia homosexuals? Was he arrested?
Say be Omar arresting because it was true.
Look, if you want to live in a free society, okay, that is the price you have to pay for it. People have right to opinions, whether you agree with it or not.
But should the right be insulting?
No,
should the right be words that will bring fear and panic, as the NDC is saying?
No, the words that people choose to utter, they don't bring fear and panic. So if somebody states the obvious that there is doom so, of which of course there is doom so, because the power supply has been erratic, everybody can see. How is that causing fear and panic? How is that causing fear and panic?
So the explanation the NDC gave us was that Obia Koji Adibi de Tom Bibia.
No, it's
Nipa
na Okoji Adibi de Tom Bibia. Ne light in Yundum na.
There was also say Manipa who say enyo na be catch the
videos that were circulating where people were throwing away meat, people were throwing away ice creams, people were throwing away this. Was it done by the NPP?
So because
no, was it done by the NPP?
No, it wasn't. It was done by Daniel.
So did they wait for the expert opinion of the minister? Did they? I'm asking you a question.
No, they never. But they never said anything. They were throwing away things.
Do they have to say something?
Oh yes.
Do they have to say something? So they should spare us these blashes and be telling us that you have to be an expert before you can actually express your opinion or something. Since when? Otabil, since when did we need expert opinions before we can express our opinions? Since when do we need to become experts before we can actually express the things that really bother us? That is the essence of democracy. The essence of democracy is dissent. So if you can't tolerate it, then you are not democratic.
Scarecrow, to gift good. On Charlie Scare, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Scarecrow.
You understand my point? Because you have said worse in opposition. You have said worse. Was it not this government that told us that it was Muhammadu Bawumia that owned Habitat? Was it not the NDC?
Yeah.
Was it not Sami Jenfi who said it?
Yeah, it was Sami Jenfi who said that.
Was it not Dominic Ayine and the entire government that broke bread with the Habitat that Muhammadu Bawumia owned when they came to power? Was it not the same government? Somebody arrested them. No. Otabil, if you want to live in a free society, that is the price you have to pay.
So maybe Kofi, my question is, what catch me here? You almost say we are in democracy, but don't catch me say me your crown for. I have the right to seek legal redress. It is a man seeking legal redress. Man seeking legal redress. Magia to say the work can no crown your crown for.
Bible class me found also, but a man.
Oh, they said near Bible, but yeah, can't legality.
So the legal implications. What's it? My catch also your crown for. Now my for one quarter. It means that you eat.
Magia to. That
is the assertion. So what Jatum so you're comfort.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like you don't have to waste your energies explaining certain things to people. You understand my point? So before imagine that everybody is taking all the things that people have said about them to the courts. Do you think the courts will really have time to adjudicate matters that
there is freedom of speech, but there is no freedom after speech?
Oh, no. You see, that is my point. If somebody makes a speech or if somebody says something and then you don't agree with, take the person to the court. And what the NDC is doing is that they are using the state prosecutor power to prosecute the opponents. Of course, nobody is saying that don't take anybody to court. You can take people to court if they say something that you don't like. Has Dr. Matupoku Prempe has taken one of the, I think Islamic clerics to court for a statement he made in 2024 during the election.
Or the Ikra court is here, if anything.
You understand? So you have to seek, but has somebody went to? Has the police went to arrest those people? Have they been invited over by the BNI? And Oti, you see, we can sit here and wax lyrical. Okay, the real issue is that free speech is under threat. This is not my saying. Samson Ayini, a renowned Ghanaian broadcaster, a renowned Ghanaian lawyer, sat on his show at Joy Prime and said it in plain on certain words.
So Ankasa, it's under threat.
He said
something,
that.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Something said or share the number of years MPP war, any arrest any current government, the number of years our so any arrest bro.
So what does it mean?
Oh, yes.
It means that somebody is trying to suppress free speech. We're in this country when the Greater Accra Regional Minister made a very nasty comment about sending people to the north.
Yeah.
Say, why I'm here, sat on GH1, blasted here. GH1 posted the video. 3 minutes after, they deleted the video. Have you asked yourself why?
No.
When Lily Mohammed actually lambasted Okujoto Black on GH1 TV, they forced it to apologize, deleted the video of the lambasting. Have you asked yourself why? So you think that a renowned broadcaster like Samson, just wake up one day and decide to say that? It is because the government is trying to persecute his political opponents. And you can't do that. Look, I've told these people time and again that, look, the NPP is not just an acclamation of people from diverse religious backgrounds, diverse ethnic groups, erudites, middle class people, lawyers, and businessmen. We are an idea that has lasted a century and will continue to last a century more. Who could JB Dankwa? Who could George Power Grant? Who more persecute the founders of the UGCC? Still, you couldn't kill the NPP. Today we are still surviving. So it is not Baba Amando now betting to no. And yet TikTok be now betting to no. And the best suppress the ideals and the ideas of the new patriotic party. We will continue to oppress this government. We will continue to criticize them. Whatever it is that they gave it to us in opposition, we will unleash tenfold on them. Because if what you dished out in opposition, you can't even take a single of it. You that has been a beneficiary of vociferous character assassinations. Today you are telling us that somebody is assassinating somebody's character. So you are actually arresting the person. And the funny thing is that the TikToker who was just arrested by the BNI, you know the chief who insulted Muhammad Bawumia was not arrested.
Said the chief made that a friend saying to the police. Say I cannot threaten.
No, so for Muhammad Bawumia, he wasn't arrested.
Say Bawumia never made that Bawumia should have gone.
So that is how we live in.
So they are following due process.
No, that is how so if somebody insults somebody, then it means that the next morning you invite the person to the BNI office. It's a TikToker. You use state resources and then you create crowd to invite that person to the BNI office.
So you inviting but the Ankas will be any nature. Some more part in a critique that.
So it is because we know what these people are capable of doing. Look at Abronye. Look at Abronye Kwame DC.
Okay.
Look at what happened with Baba Amando's case when they went to court. You realize what happened? You realize what happened?
Yeah.
The judge was either asking the prosecution if they don't want bail. And you are telling us that free speech is not under threat. And you are telling us
in some sort of Abronye kind, it was. It wasn't the best.
Of course, you see, Otabil, you people seem to be missing the point. We are not saying that whatever it is people said, they should go scot for you. What we are saying is that don't use the state prosecutorial authority to persecute your political opponents. Don't hide under frivolous bail conditions to persecute your political opponents.
Kofi say, or the police are about you. Police is a state prosecutor authority.
Oh, okay.
Into the police are about
So for just sharing an image on Facebook warrant somebody to be in remand for 2 weeks. Is that what we are saying?
What I'm saying is where the police never be found.
That's of course is this enforcing agency.
But who believe you said they are doing it to the extreme?
No, I'm not saying you said they are doing it to the extreme. Has Joseph Yamin been arrested?
What did he do?
After he was accused by the AG for being actively involved in Galamsey, has he been arrested?
Oh, say be an investigation because I heard Mustafa Bandi saying he believes Joseph Yami is innocent.
But has he ever been invited by the BNI? To your knowledge?
I've not heard it, but I don't know. I've not heard it though.
No, you just be honest.
I've not heard it.
Has he ever been?
I have not heard it.
Has he ever been invited to the BNI? Has he ever been invited to the BNI?
So has he?
He hasn't.
Okay, but
he hasn't.
Okay.
He has never. When Joy News did the expose and said that some DCs are involved in Galamsey, have you ever heard the president or the minister for government communications, Felix Ofosu Okwache? Have you ever heard them talk about those DCs? Are they still not in power? Are they still not in place? Have they been ever invited by?
But there be an investigation, also.
By MPP, they need the
or say the MPP no party with definitely a better, but say be away.
So you see,
be away mono.
So you see,
no be away mono. We are in I buy no air.
So look, so you see, if you even made my statement for me, because we are the opposition party, definitely you are going to arrest us, and that is political persecution.
Okay,
that means you are suppressing free speech. We were in this country. We were in this country when people were going on demonstrations. They said that somebody or whoever should kill the president for them. Nobody arrested them. Let somebody or let the MPP youth go and do a demonstration today and ask them to say or sing that same particular song. Kumaha mamaye, kumaha mamaye, kuma or say or man. You see the next, there'll be an outrage. Police will go and arrest them. This. the essence of democracy is decent. Now, to know that British is being suppressed in Ghana, Efiodo, you know who Efiodo is?
Yeah.
During the Akufo-Addo's era, she was all over the place insulting another than Akufo-Addo on Twitter. Friend another than Akufo-Addo both wrote because
on
of
Twitter.
On Twitter.
Okay, you are saying to that fact, but I didn't see
yes.
that. Okay.
Oh, I can show the producer evidence.
Okay.
Oh, the Dean another attempt on Twitter.
If you also see you evidence to that.
Oh,
effect.
I have evidence to that effect.
Okay.
Odidi another attempt on Twitter. Or friend another both wrote on Twitter.
Okay.
Recently, United showed the base. No, Mubusa and say, they say, no man are buying a course. Another non can was untiminka was him. Busa was adding all these African games here. Abaya to twas some pansam. I ain't basay. Very Nakaku, meaning in 14 position. Ye did say about maybe games be more organized. The journalists there, we are asking them questions. That why you be journalists I don't know Muntimin Kasa. Journalists say Untimin Kasa or Ghana. I do a free Ghana because Kasa or Ghana ye betcha.
Say be on Kasa responsibly. So say Marani cause you
don't have to speak responsibly. Democracy is that.
Oh, but I said democracy doesn't mean to speak anyhow.
No, how do you define anyhow?
Asemenya no kra democracy intina woka.
Asemenya no kra. Enya no kra fa no. That is why the courts are there.
Say the court e bechi answer.
That is why no. And asemenya enya asemenya na echi obi o.
Okay, say several cases. Okay.
Several cases in echi obi o. And defamation enya criminal case o. Several cases in echi obi.
Okay.
It says or na Charles Tia na miti or persecution asem. Say and na woman ubusa na say na ankosi baby echi adento kumi. Chema adento kubu boni waye besinde. Echi adento kumi chema.
Say be and or ka say be na yaman caution statement. Intina say adento kumi kura wajo no ya caution is only na.
Waju. Yesterday I don't even want to go there. What about Obama Pokwase? What happened to him?
Say now what can say if you a caution statement.
No. What is caution statement?
Caution statement is writing a statement to effect.
Let me make my point.
Okay.
Because somebody says something and then it has hurt somebody who is in power and then you don't actually agree with it, you go and arrest the person. What happened to Paul Adomochi? Has he been prosecuted?
I don't know why then.
Were you not in this country when the special prosecutor made the people to arrest him and he was not granted bail? It became a whole brouhaha in this country.
Okay.
Has he been prosecuted?
I can see Charles Mensah boiling elsewhere.
He can make all the noise that he wants to make.
We would create a program starting next week for both the MPP and then NDC, and then we'll be here the submissions. But going forward, we'll make time and create a program in a very nice environment. Be a very nice environment for both the NPP and the NDC. And the other political parties who want to join. Do you want to join the political party? You want to join the fray? And I say, even you are in Ghana, you want to join. We are creating that, and we'll let you know. Kofi,
let me land on this free speech issues. Now, I want to make it clear to Ghanaians that there is no political party ever in the history of Ghana that the next year will be turning 70 that has actually upheld democratic principles and the New Patriotic Party.
Okay.
So one, in 2001, when we came into power, John Ajokun Kufuor then was the president, and Ado Dankwa Akufo-Addo was the attorney general. They led the government to repeal the criminal libel law. It was the NPP that did that.
Okay.
And I know Ghanaians have not forgotten that. Now, Akufo they say RTI, I believe you know what the RTI is, the Right to Information Bill. 2000, and was says I didn't say Mahama, Mayors Mahama, it be 8 years. They couldn't pass that bill. It was under Akufo-Addo in 2019, and or passed the Right to Information Bill. Now, in so many circumstances, in so many situations, and that the NPP has actually demonstrated to the people of Ghana that we are a democratic party. I didn't hear. So when you pour Victor Obing.
Okay, PV Obing.
And only the Dr. Parko syndrome.
Yeah.
You know perfectly well that these people were not proponents of the New Patriotic Party.
Yeah.
But for more appointments,
oh yeah, one more appointment. Yeah.
So we have demonstrated to Ghana that we have to demonstrate to Ghanaians that in fact we are a democratic party.
Oh, na say NDC so I'm a for appointment. I don't think they are NDC.
So I'm here MPP.
No. Say your friend is saying Dr. Parko Syndrome. I don't think he was an NDC person.
But
he was a CPP man.
And Parko Syndrome, when the man appointment.
He could form an appointment.
Oh, so that's what I'm saying.
So that's what I'm just saying. He said this government has also done appointments to
which
CPP people.
Which people?
Oh, what is the lady? This lady in the office of the
Nana
Yajantua is a CPP person, but he has been given an appointment. Alan Chiramanti, his appointment is even waiting.
Alan Chiramanti given an appointment. I don't think so. But so let me move on with my submission, please. Martin Alemisi Amedu, strong member of the NDC.
Okay.
Another Danko Akufo-Addo wanted a special prosecutor. He wanted to demonstrate to Ghanaians that, look, the NPP believes in the ideals of multi-party democracy, that different ideas can actually coexist. So this guy is not one of our own, because in the NPP we had final lawyers. You understand, lawyer Philip Patterson. I mean, we had final lawyers. But Nana wanted to demonstrate to Ghanaians that, look, people from diverse backgrounds, people with different political opinions can actually work together and achieve something. So he appointed Martin Alemisi Amedu to become the special prosecutor of Ghana. That is the spirit of democracy. That is the price we have to pay. You see the aftermath of Martin Amedu. That is the price you pay for living in a free society. That is democracy. People have the right to express their opinions. You can't tell me that because I am not an expert in law, I don't have an opinion on lawyers. Or because I'm not an expert in engineering, I don't have an.
You have a voice, but it should be responsible. What kind of you see, some kind of man can and for police me who know. Oh, so we say invited.
David Sando invited.
It sounded the Omukofa. Maybe I know we no more.
So you a common constituency organizer share the Facebook post. What do BNI resources? Bokun to kwane ho no for BNI kopata. David Sando to BNI. At the Kofano.
I wish you were in the studio. I check the chance in Zego that you bruta.
You understand my point? So I mean, they should spare us the bluff. They should just spare us the bluff.
I love what I'm seeing, man.
They should just spare us the bluff and then.
Just no museo or no museo. Just to.
Otabil, please allow me to make my point.
Yeah, make your submissions, my brother.
Please. So that is what I'm trying to say. That the NDC is trying to suppress free speech in Ghana. Free speech is under place. So even if I am not the one saying it, Samson Aini, who is a renowned AIDS broadcaster. Now, City, I don't know whether you've actually taken time to look at the traditional media stations. Whenever they post and the post is not in favor of the government, most of the time they delete.
Maybe they never post it right. Because if I make a post, let me delete it. And I say, "Be adi mekano." Ma come chia ko unsa asma mekano nya no kore.
You can make
you free ho.
Into assembly into consistently for 4 or 5 times. They be asma posting nya no kore.
And say be you don't get your facts right.
Consistently they be asma posting.
Kofi say me I'm into media. What you say into me? Say na me ko say Kofi again. No me ko say Kofi again. Na say na say asma mekano kore Kofi onye gay. I have to go back.
So for 5 times.
Of course, even if I do it 10 times, the fact that I don't get it right.
For 5 times, you think that... For 5 times, you actually believe that whatever it is that they've done wrong. Okay, so what I am saying is that if it becomes once, if it was once, then we could have actually pardoned them. But then for five consecutive times, these traditional media stations have actually been deleting their posts. It means that the $78 million communication dollars allocated to the Office of Government Communication is working. Of course.
Jack, if you are family and I say here be. So
fellows of Zuquachi, or Sodan watch Chicanama Joy, multimedia, way. Hey, all African games in Ghana. You see how poor the whole organization has been.
Okay.
Have you ever seen the traditional media taking coverage of those? Have you ever seen the traditional media? One say Joy for the Makamesa Kujina, one say City multimedia, one say to be trade the Makamesa Kujina. Because they all of them have been bought by.
So believe that the traditional media now has been bought.
I believe so.
Okay.
And you know, the government has realized that now the new media, the TikTok, the Facebook, the Twitter, has 10 times reach than the traditional media.
Okay.
That is why they are targeting activists of the traditional media. Because nobody actually listens to the traditional media. If you take the population of Ghana, nobody actually listens to the traditional media again. You understand what I'm saying? So that is why they are targeting activists of the new media, of the new patriotic party. But once again, I have said this and then I'll say this again. You understand? you can never kill an idea. You can hit a man, but you cannot hit his ideas. They hated on Muhammadu Bawumia's Ghana's card, and a Ghana card you, and a Ghana card you, and a Ghana card you. Sam just sat in the position and made all the noise. Today, he's telling us that we should go and do re-registration with our Ghana card. He is telling us we should go and do re-registration with our Ghana card. Really? So what about free speech is really under threat. That I believe John Dramani Mahama. I really respect him. For me or for those of us in the NPP, we can never pick a camera, sit in front, and then start insulting all this. We can never do that. That is not in our DNA. We can never do that because if you need to see, sebi intimate for come and see him na you be jimping for them na we them intimate yasa into ubuni ni di kwanso. Ne asere ne apanacho ne akache ne say sa enuma na ekoso organ omunhwe no munjai because it is being a dent on his name. Now everybody is saying that okay, even market women, Otabil, even now market women are afraid to voice out their opinions. Yeah. Why should that be the case? Have you heard the UPSA lecturer? He is saying that he can't actually express his full opinions because he's afraid he might be arrested. Why should that be the case in Ghana? When the likes of Professor Jampo was insulting Akufo-Addo on all the likes. Was it not at the GGA conference when the GGA president once they held placards, Stop Galamsey? Do you remember?
Yeah.
You know the guy who held the placard, Stop Galamsey, has been appointed by the Ministry of Lands.
Okay, I don't write.
Oh, you've not heard.
And even follow it.
You've not heard that story. The guy who was holding the placard, Stop Galamsey, he has been given an appointment by the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources.
But the fact that I demonstrate,
I am not saying
doesn't mean that I shouldn't be given an appointment.
So there comes it. So then why were they hitting on Paul Adomotri? So what is the hit on Paul Adomotri if he decides to be a media man and be a member of the New Patriotic Party?
Paul the end was on the fact that yes, so I got near maybe Ghana port, Ghana airport. So he needed to account for those things.
So how long have they been in power?
A year and some months now.
Who has the prosecutorial authority of Ghana? Is it not the Attorney General?
Yeah.
For 1 year. Why? You promised Ghanaians over 21 billion recovery. These were not my words. These were the words of the NDC. Okujeto Ablakwa, Malik Basintali, Samnati George. They promised people 21 billion recovery. How have they? How much of that money have they recovered? In the space of one and a half year, prosecutions.
I think oral is in force.
Oral, fine. Prosecution.
Wound to me is. I mean, he has even new charges.
Of course,
Kwabena Edubua, he is in court. I think most of them.
So, like, have they recovered anything? That is my point.
So it's a process.
That's my question.
Kofi said, you know, it's a process, so the process will go through. And to be a non-process, they will recover
the 21 billion, $21 billion. Oh God! You see, the NDC is a very funny political party. They are very funny people. You promised the people something. You come, the opposition says that give the people whatever it is that you promised to them. The mandate, the things that you told them you are going to give it to them, give it to them. That has become an issue. You promised teachers automatic posting. Give the teachers automatic posting. It has become an issue. You promised nurses postings right after school. Give it to them. It has become an issue. You promised cocoa farmers 6,000 Ghana cedis pay back. Give it to them. It has become an issue. You promised Ghanaians 24-hour economy. Give it to them. It has become an issue. You promised to build us over 500 chip compounds by the end of 2025. Give it to Ghanaians. It has become an issue. So I don't really know that. Okay, you promised us Women Development Bank. You've been in government for 1 year and a half. You've not seen anything. You promised Ghanaians that about a certain percentage of your cabinet are going to be women. We did not see that.
The NDC communication director just sat where you sat, and he gave the government 9 over 10, and he just opposed it by certain things are promise here, deliver.
So what are they?
I mean, he talked about the economy.
Okay.
That inflation.
Wait. Did he talk about macroeconomic indicators?
Yeah, he spoke about the indicators. That inflation I fall from I think 24 to now 4 point
but
something.
You know inflation is a trend. Even before we left government, inflation has started falling.
But on no person so buy and I follow to that effect.
No. But I'm asking you a question.
But it started falling, but it never fell to baby and
But you know, the first time for a very long time in Ghana, that Ghana actually single digit inflation was in 2022. Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia, about 8.8 something. Single digit inflation. After COVID, things spiked up. That I agree. You have no qualms against that. But if you use macroeconomic indicators, that is a result of long amalgamation of government efforts. And yet, in this inquiry about Nancy, were they not the same people who were criticizing Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia domestic gold purchase program? When you cotton Ghana gold reserves, they cover up on losses or Bank of Ghana. It was not the NDC.
89/10 now the mine. Oh no, need to
me. When I have say no, you promised them. You see,
because all the indicators are now say near my share boni nyina no. So except or can say adia at max baako e bi a omuntimi nya dum so no rightly. I don't know -1. Let's.
Oh, there's something here that I want to read. I don't know.
From which source?
Wait. So they are saying that inflation is down, dollar is down.
But not they are saying, but me test the facts of inflation.
For me, no. Look,
test the facts of dollar, euro, and the euro, as compared to when NPP was leaving power.
Of course, that is true. Yeah. I mean, these are facts. You can't deny them.
Sure.
These are facts. You can't deny them. But for inflation, it is relative. You understand? Depending on whatever it is that you put in the inflation bag. For example, if you talk about construction materials inflation, and you say that has reduced, that I agree with you. But if you talk about food inflation, are you really sure? Do you really think that the price of food has actually come down? Are you really sure about that?
Unless we
Are you sure about the prices of transport? Just recently, Accra Kumasi Road, VIP has to boom, but still inflation is down. Just recently, hostel fees in Ghana, but still inflation is down. So what are they? No, look. What about? I want to read something. I really want to read something.
Okay, from which source?
This is by Kofi, who is a PhD holder, and then he's a supporter of the New Patriotic Party.
Okay.
So the guy was saying that if we hadn't stabilized the exchange rate, petrol would have been selling for over 20 Ghana cedi per barrel. Okay. And then Kofi Nyako responded. He said that it says a lot about your stabilization. The cedi to dollar rate of 14 Ghana cedis gave us fuel of 14 cedis per barrel. When the cedi was 1 to 14 to the dollar, the petrol per barrel was 14 cedis. 1 liter was 14 cedis. Now that you have stabilized the cedi, and then $1 to 1 cedi is about 12 cedis, how much is petrol? Petrol is at the same price. So what is the result of that stabilization? Uti.
Okay.
What is the result of that? What is the benefit of that stabilization? An inflation of 3.2 that cannot pay teachers, that cannot pay nurses, that cannot pay allowances. This is the economy that they are running. Just recently, a private company bought its air fleet. Now you a state CEO, Abe Gina Facebook, Abe Twitter say this is for the government and this is the political party. This is a political party. Ubenya technocrats, Malik Basintali about Facebook, Abe Twitter say thank you, John Dramani Muhammad Debendebe. No, we perfectly well that is with intent to deceive. Otabil they answer no. With intention to deceive, another answer no. Malik Basintali was not arrested. Why? Because he's a member of the ruling party. So this is a government that John Dramani Muhammad. Now what about? Anyone I'm busa minipa ba kubi. Say na 24-hour economy no jack. That be no book on the shift. Unse wa block me.
Or block you saying?
Oh, so I see me asking me didn't home fail.
Oh, okay.
A colleague of mine who has never asked me for money. 3 years since I came to Germany. On frame me Musa Misikada. Yesterday I was there. I know frame Mr. Kofi, Mr. And then the one more me back BC registration mintia. And then Musa say Nasa buying me buy 8 years. Not dollar. Baako ko 14 cedis. Na petrol boy you say na inflation you say. But still na aban no etimi tia BC ka etia wasika. Onyi mo hwe. Ba aban bi abawo. Wo say dollar above from inflation above from but ubani BC no ubani registration o etimi tia. O say aban papa aba. Otabil, in the last 2 years, how do you know the percentage increase of electricity in Ghana?
Unless you tell me.
42%.
Okay.
In the last 2 years, 42% percentage increase. And so how? I buy no was I the D levy as out to full also. anyone sounds so how they say open so Ghana, wouldn't say we take it now we can. I buy the tax at also. So I aware.
As a mati bisa.
Airport levy, what they are tosu. And this is what bisa. We are aware. Some buy anybody what they are tosu. But still, I buy any see we miss car. I will debate your nurses car. We debate your lawyer. We debate your teachers car. We need to car the best nurses. Now, if Ghana was a serious country, Otabil, obi the buy or the STEM aba, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Promoting a few could before you, but we Ghana was seen on the global map. I buy was also effort to bring and why they are promoting Sadian. Oh my, your team electricity could I use council of it in your $250 million. And the mass I'm not to do some quite aku. Hello, aku. Say we AI.
Hello, aku sunede.
You never heard?
Unless you tell me, Kofi.
Oh, $250 million allocated for the AI policy of Ghana. Samnati George, Minister for Digital Communication.
Honorable, please.
Was he honorable when he was disrespecting my Topoku Pempe? You see, these people, sometimes we in the NPP are not like that. We in the NPP are not like that. $250 million. So, hello, Aku didn't respond.
Aku responded, but in commoner consider yourself corner.
$250 million commoner quiet. I didn't know what about him. You've been a Chinese restaurant in advance because they say Sadi for $250 million. $250 million. Sadi about Akuno. Ibiana or Honor. Some not just told us that the president had the power to solve Galamsey in 6 months. You, a man of God, be honest. Has Galamsey ended in Ghana?
It hasn't.
And then Charles will come and sit here and see he will give the government 9/10. All the things that
say be a one now you free money be a Dumsone Galamsey.
No, all the things that they wrote back. Sanyo man on the bow. Hey, in Ghana, so will be idea who did it. Otabil, especially the NDC. It is not say I don't know it is Ghana at heart. No, they are pained because they are not the ones doing it. Who in this country they brought a Japanese. Ekufado wants to wear this. Ekufado wants to do this. Today, Ghana's gold is being willed to Ibrahim Mahama. Today, as we speak, Ghana gold in the Ibrahim Mahama.
Say, he went through the right process, Kofi.
But Gabi Ochoda, Sebi, Manus Suminaso, or you Togoni. Sebi, Manus Suminaso, Kenofrata di Ufra America. And you buy when the catcher say, and I can offer the data bank area the bend. The security is about your issue. Data bank account.
Yeah, currently account.
But you data bank film.
Okay, the last year we are not data bank account. After public outcry, no, and we in the film.
Of course.
Yeah.
So you can't you sit in opposition and then Joyce Bar Moon's guy. Ne man and off of fast for doing and no million appointment. You were there crying family and friends. Otabil. So the NDC it has never been about Ghana. It has never been about Ghana. It will. You remember the ruling of I don't know whether one of the Supreme Court justices in the Otabil judgment. Mm-hmm. He said that it is intentional, like they create to loot and share.
Yeah.
That is the hallmark of the NDC. They create to loot and they share.
Now, if you Adentina, Asante Achim North MP case, no, MPP more disassociating him because the man is a parliamentarian. Mm-hmm. So why are you guys disassociating yourself from your fellow member of parliament?
But Otabil, this is party politics, and if you don't play ball with me, I don't play ball with you.
Okay.
It is about interest. So do you expect us to tie ourselves to a lame duck? Do you expect the New Patriotic Party to tie ourselves to a lame duck? The opportunity came, the hour came for him to actually join a side. You pick a side, you face the consequences.
Oh, what I'm saying is that he's a parliamentarian. I mean, it's a touchy democracy. It's not about MPP alone. It's about Ghana and you touchy a democracy. You Ghana member of parliament.
This is the first time.
This is not the first time, but
I'm watching MPP.
I'm watching a channel, yeah. But what I'm saying is, it's like the MPP is disassociating himself from the fact that we have nothing to say about it.
But what do we have to say?
You can say something.
When you ask Charles the same question, what did he say? He said he asked little or no information on that particular subject. And this is a matter of international legalities. I have no information. The honorable majority leader, my boss, Honorable Alexander Afenyo-Markin, the wonderful minority leader. What does he have to say about it? He has nothing to say about it.
Okay.
You understand my point? We have nothing to say about it. And then I heard a blogger interviewing his mother, and then the mother was accusing the MPP of behind that. And for me, that's what I've said. We in the MPP, we respect mothers so much. We love them so much. So nobody is going to see anything against them. What we are going to say is that let the law take its course. My money, you understand my point?
Okay.
So that is what we are going to say. But for Charles to come and sit here and say that they are going to give, he's going to give NDC 9 over 10. What's an opposition? Catch say your book through into Bank of Ghana and governor and resign. Obaye, what boka a crouching, sir? What boka crouching the Bank of Ghana and nobody has told you to resign.
Okay.
You understand my point? So he can come and sit here and make all the noise, but the people on the ground are actually feeling the heat. They are the ones feeling the heat. Otabil.
All right.
You've not paid nurses. You've not paid teachers. You've not paid recruitment to be on my nurses recruitment to be on my Say shady recruitment to be on my no honor. Hey, military recruitment on me. Go for 80. Go see. I buy no report on the Babane way. Now, even ministers of state ministers of state reporting about the Babane way.
Say be a report and for public consumption.
And for public consumption, say when were they not public offices?
But I say public offices, but it is for for the sake of national security.
What is the sake of national security about this? No, a defense minister has died. The position has been vacant for almost getting to a year.
Say you only a trusted person I'll pay.
Trusted person I'll pay.
Because it is defense.
And so what?
And there's so be a like,
so you have to find that is why the people entrusted you with the mandate. So don't come and give us excuse. That is why I really don't like the NDCU. You talk to anything about them, the MPP did worse. That is why the MPP was voted out of power. The mandate has been given to you. Do what you have to do. You don't come and you make complaints there and I see.
Mahama Care, 24-hour economy. In Kokon Ketenkete. These are
Mahama Care anyway.
Also Mahama donating the first 3 months salary into Mahama Care. So these are policies of the government. And who's Kokon Ketenkete my lunch. Kokon Ketenkete.
And then agreement and make us only
oh, so my lunch mean tea no dear, but who's my lunch here?
Look, you have to be honest about something.
I have not heard Kofi. You know me that if I've heard it,
the agriculture minister came to privately say he has never heard say abayne amesika say mfanye nkonketenkete.
And in particular, you just didn't send them, mommy.
Oh, I'll send it to you.
If I've heard it, I would attest to that fact.
I'll send it to you.
Mahama Care 24-hour
economy. Where is it? Because I don't know.
Oh, so 24-hour economy.
Do you know anybody working in the 24?
Also, my lunch, right?
Of course, they've launched it. And it's a
so say a manifesto. So what I'm saying is, all these things were manifesto promises. But who are are they doing it and I say just
look
normal things?
This is just, how should I put it? There's this particular word in business where somebody creates multiple accounts just to divert the real account from real issues. You understand my point? The Mahama Care is just an empty promise. Where is Mahama Care? Away. Where is Mahama Care? Do you know the major source of the Mahama Care?
Unless you tell me.
The National Insurance Trust Fund. So if you are going to use money from the health insurance to fund the Mahama Care, then what at all are you doing? What at all are you doing?
Do you believe that Mahama Care is the next government but also be year free?
Now Mahama Care, you see, people are not even utilizing or doing anything with it. You understand my point?
Okay.
And then I say, okay, so free health policy be universal basic debate. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, I remember it.
Or launching some tricycles. Those things where non-governmental organizations no money that. Say we check you BP, we check you. NGOs, more NGOs, money is another blood bank donations is another money. No money is another.
Yeah.
So what is new about this? Odi, what is new about this? The 24-hour economy in the it is just, and I want to be provided 24-hour electricity. Also be provided 24-hour economy. Also want to be provided 24-hour electricity. Also be provided 24-hour economy.
Okay.
So sometimes, I mean, I've told you times and again that this government is just a sham. Abayin we on a fracadam abayin wadada will be today. As I was coming, I was reading from my journal online that National House of Chiefs say Omala wants to National House of Chiefs. Abayin allowance was what the National House of Chiefs National House of Chiefs. Abayin because what the common na anya abayin we na di opim so enia mo opim so timi ka say to emere ho yeni nka so anya abayin we ya
okay
anya abayin we ya odi
me ti say opim so ka sa de but on kan chem so mu di nani o se ni e ma bi ai so ye no
die ne be ma sanitation here e bo di na me mu ase say tutu nya me kese aka say emere yeni nka so e die pa na be ma you aka sa ase. So for them, they should keep themselves. Hey, look, you can testify to the fact to say between 2016 and to 2024, MPP free abem. The number of astrologers in Ghana now beats me a kind. By a bar abem you free abem for Ghana, and astrology for baby.
Me call Ghana a year until me call the old king.
Go you. Oh, so the who. University of Ghana supposed to do money for Shasi. Jonah Jukumpo for the shares are producing us. Or more 8 years. Almost all new projects and another than for the buy and see or by year EDB who still all African games. But the man sports complex. They
yeah.
The venue number more organized events now. He went to Kebio. Na and the prove with the book. I did I want for you reporters who cast a man say a boom. Veronica Kumi, National Sports Authority, at no position. Today the position has been given to you. What is he doing? Then where? Some data George. That's not honum. Actually, say, I didn't go for him. Nyame. God, posterity alone be the ultimate judge. Posterity alone. When we're doing the same registration, what did Sanata Joe tell us, Lusu? What did he say?
The show
shameless, a bunch of shameless and clueless people. Shameless and clueless people. They have they have not the slightest clue as to what to do in this governance. You understand my point? So these people, what about? I mean, I don't really think the NDC has the locus and the moral. I mean, the moral authority to lecture us, we in the MPP, about free speech. They don't.
Because there is also MPP more internal politics, internal elections. How is it going?
Okay,
I hear people shouting and crying elsewhere. I'm for the normal rhetorics now. What is your take on that?
So, once again, right from the very foundations of the New Patriotic Party, right from the foundations of the UGCC, we've been a democratic party. So elections is an integral part of the NPP. You understand? Into your elections, you remember, so the umpo the winning into 92 elections. And I'll be 2008 Sunyane Kofadone Alan Martin.
I was there.
And I'll be a friend say Muhammadu Bawumia and the Japan. And then just ended recently. So for us as a democratic party, elections is part of our cycle. And this is a phase. Eventually it's going to fade out. But my major concern, Otabil, our utterances and seminar becoming. If in the process of say elections, okay, can say many pania. Afi obeto abeni we amuni na mo ka.
Patching up be difficult.
Of course.
Because nipa bia nipa.
Of course.
Okay.
So that is what I caution my people against. But regular and man you media free me see in there. That is the nature of politics. About interest. We are obey you the info. We obey you see. We obey you see. We obey you see. And I don't expect our people to be lashing out everything on social media. I don't know why.
So if their voices are not heard.
No, so if your voices are not heard, yes, of course, the new media provides an opportunity for your voices to be heard. That is true. But we should be, I don't know, there should be a little bit of decorum in our dealings. You understand? You don't expect people to come and see certain things on social media. So that is something. But after all, the electoral, you see, election is I mean, you don't treat it as an event. It's a process. You understand? So reforming a party is a process. So we have to go through the process. For I mean, a cocoon to become a butterfly, you have to go do metamorphosis. So you have to actually go through the process. And then we go through the process, whatever the cost that may be, the elephant will come out the winner.
So do you think that the NPP is taking over power?
Of course.
In the next election?
2028. Look, these people, they can make all the noise that they want to make. But look, a party that has gone for presidential primaries for like 3 times, survived all the storms that actually came after it, and a party that since its formation has never, Otabil has never, in almost all the 27 or the 30 years of the NDC, they've never really had a serious presidential contest.
Let me throw my eyes to that.
I'm not saying they've never had a contest too, but they've never had a serious, a keenly contested presidential contest.
Okay.
You understand? Because John Dramani Mahama and Alabi wasn't a match. John Dramani Mahama and Kojobushi wasn't a match. You understand, man? It wasn't keenly contested. But this time around, with the the Venerable Sami Oku said, with the absence of John Dramani Mahama exiting the ballots of the Ghanaian election, it changes the dynamics. It changes the landscape. You heard Mustafa Gbande speak recently.
Yeah.
He said, if it would be possible, John Dramani Mahama should go
for another term.
Do you have you ever asked yourself why?
I want for interest. Endorse that. So what do you say to oral?
For me,
was it a good something, and now say you think that it's also political?
Whoever has squandered state money, that person should vomit it out.
Okay.
Regardless of the political, it is a country that we are building. If people have committed wrongs, let them pay for their wrongs. Nobody's saying that. I mean, by virtue of the fact that I am an NPP member, because my party people have committed crimes, leave them alone. No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that use the due process, come to a conclusion, let the person file their defense, and then if there's some money to retrieve the money. But you know, in the history of the Fourth Republic, the NDC has never been able to jail the NPP. You know that?
Yeah, I know. I said no member. They've jailed no one.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Kofi, what are your last words? You are in Hamburg. What are your last words? All
right. So, once again, to my NPP community here.
There's also elections here in Hamburg, in Germany.
To my NPP community in Germany, I say the warmest felicitations. There's one fine gentleman that I want to greet, Otabil Kalek. He's running for the organizer for the Germany branch, and he's a fantastic young man. He has paid his dues to the party here in Germany and back home in Ghana. And I feel that if the delegates entrust him with the mandate to be the next organizer for the NPP Germany branch, mobilization of people wouldn't be an issue. And then Nana Benin Dr. Ninfo, who is also aspiring to be the next chairman of the New Patriotic Party here in Hamburg. Nana Benin is a young, energetic young man, and he's a very brilliant academic. I think he has also paid his dues, and he deserves to be the chairman of the New Patriotic Party. But then, to my brothers back home who are facing persecution, for those of us who are here, we are going to support you in prayers. We are going to remember you in prayers. We are going to bring funds down just to lift you guys your spirit. But as the great wise king Pemso Tumfosi said, it means that power is transient. You know, during the vetting committee, when Haruna Idrusu was being vetted by Afenyo Markin, he said something. It has stuck with me for life.
What did he say?
He said that Honorable Afenyo Markin, majority leader yesterday, minority leader today. And that statement alone should tell you that power is transient. You won't stay in power forever. So whatever it is that you do with power, you have to be guided. So sometimes I read for these young NDC people, Julius Kwame Anthony, Sami Jemfi, these young ones, Sami Okujo Tawabelakwa. John Dramani Mahama is exiting the political story of Ghana. The political art, he is exiting. You guys are still youth. You guys are still active. You guys are still here. And power will change. Power will definitely change come 2028. So yes, a big shout out to the greatest of all the greatest, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, the man who is in opposition, but yet his ideas around the government. He's the greatest Ghanaian ever to actually appear in the Ghanaian electoral landscape. He changed our electoral processes when he took the matters to court. It was Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia who birthed the idea that elections are won at the polling stations. and then forever changing the Ghanaian electoral discourse. It was ideas that actually this government is running the entire government on. So yes, you can hate Baumi as a person. That is true. Hate him as a person, but his ideas will actually live forever. So thank you, and the elephant shall win to save Ghana. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kofi Owusu, the communication director of the New Patriotic Party in Hamburg. Charlie, in some few minutes, I'll be hosting Kofi Cranton, the independent presidential candidate for Ghana, somewhere 2024. Yeah, so in some 20-25 minutes, I'll be hosting him online. Tell a friend to tell a friend that Charlie Kofi Cranton, or see Kofi si obet me at Ghana SEO. I have questions for Kofi Cranton. I know you also have questions for Kofi Cranton. Charlie, your questions are ready. I'll open up for people to call in. I'll open up for people to ask questions. You know, some people have questions, but maybe are insulting questions. I know you know that. In some few minutes, I'll be online. Charlie, tell a friend to tell a friend. You enjoy Kojo and Chikakrawati. And now Upelumba. And you'll be happy. Be a memona feel.